what is happening over and over
Yeah,
again.
and it's just
That
city
makes
after
sense.
bomb, go boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
and he keeps on having the dreams because the dreams are of alternate realities. Like when you have a dream,
Yeah.
it's you think it's it's like deja
Yeah.
vu. Maybe that deja
Hmm.
vu is another world. So it's when he's having the dreams, it's another world, and that's why the
That's
boom.
that was her question to her too. That was what's warning her not to do that. Like I think that makes sense too now. I think that's what caused Elizabeth to. I think I don't know. I feel like he refused. All right, so he drinks himself into an idiot, and then he goes to get baptized, and then he finds religion and becomes a religion powerhouse,
Yeah,
and then he becomes, and then the world. He's literally the end of the world, apparently, like quite literally,
yeah,
like
boom, yeah,
the, and then she gives you that note to Elizabeth, and you bring it back with you. Remember, you're in that reality when
yeah,
that
uh huh.
happens. That's the change. That's the change because she chose back not to turn into what she turned into. So
That's right.
she refuses because you get her on the table and she's fine.
Yeah,
She refuses to help him.
yeah.
So she's the reason she changes everything. I
She's
think
the one that changed everything.
so. I think in that life you did remember being there and you did take the dip, but she brings you back there through her door thing to make you and you change your mind after
That's
seeing what
why.
it's
Okay,
done.
that's why when if you guys heard when she's on the table, she's like, "How long have you?" He's like, "How long have you been here?" She's like, "6 months." He's like, "6 months? What?" And it took 6 months to tear open that rift. He was in that world for 6 months. He didn't even know it.
Exactly.
But the 6 months is actually like 5 minutes in the other world. So that's
Yeah.
why she's like, "Oh, I've been here forever," and that's why that
That's
happened.
that note is the reason I think because I think he did get baptized in that life you're in, and then she brings you back to that area after you've seen what you've done. Like you don't know it's you, but you just change. You just don't do it for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Like you're pissed off and whatever. I think she brings you back to that, and that second denial, that second chance, that's where the loop broke because it's quite. They make it clear that I mean, you're at that point. That was where you turned into a religious nut job. The
Yeah.
time you fucking dropped in the water, and
Yep.
that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
That note.
The
You
note.
going into that world
Yep.
and seeing what you've done. That you don't know it's you, but you seeing what's happened is what changed it.
The note makes a lot more sense. A lot more sense. There's I still want to know about the necklaces on her neck. At the end, you notice that there's no necklace on her when she's
Hmm.
drowning you. There's no dove. Um, is that a dove or is that a songbird? It looks like a dove to me, to be honest. And then again, what if you pick the cage? What would that happen? And with
There might be an alternate ending where you do like there might be. I picked the dove too. Like
yeah.
there might be an alternate. I can see the alternate ending where you just continue the loop because you picked the cage and you're
Yeah.
trapped. She's trapped.
You're trapped in the loop.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. That one's easy. I guess the dove means you're free, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Like,
it.
I
So
mean, because she's trapped. I mean, she's trapped all the time. You know what? I just realized that. I bet you if you pick the goddamn cage, the game ending is fucked for you.
yep,
I bet
I
you it is.
guarantee
The
you.
loop keeps going.
Yep.
It's because, oh my
That
god.
makes sense
So
because it symbolizes a cage symbolizes you're trapped into somewhere, you're
and
not going to get out,
she
and
was
yeah,
trapped.
she
She
was
just kept
trapped.
helping him.
And that loop, if you're in a loop, you're trapped in that loop. You're not getting out. But if you pick the dove, you're free. It's
Oh, and to add to that, as an old lady, she knows why she can't travel around because of the siphon. She explains it, doesn't she?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
she understands. As she gets older, she understands why she's trapped, and every time she sees it, but she can't do anything about it anymore.
yeah,
That makes so much
yeah,
sense. Otherwise, she would just fix it herself because she was able. That's why he siphons her power over the years.
yep. And then what's
That's
up?
why it is to trap. That's the Kate. Oh my god.
And then I don't know what I think he just built this. I don't know what's up with the songbird because that thing is just freaky as crap. That thing I think is just there to protect her
Yeah,
from
it
DeWitt.
makes sense because she mentions those statues with those things in it are draining her, right?
Yeah,
And as she gets older, she's just left with nothing. She can't stop it. I mean, she's
yep,
powerful. Yeah, it would make sense why she's caged. I'm gonna probably have to go through that and pick the cage and see if the ending's differently.
yeah.
I'm gonna
Um,
have to be curious.
Pink. So I'm going. This has been. Oh crap! This has been an hour-long discussion on just the spoiler talking of Bioshock. So I don't know where you're getting your information for like endings, but it would be cool if this is a form. I'm gonna break this up into four categories or four videos because it's an hour long. I think 15 each or 25 each. I forgot. Probably 25 minutes each would be better. But if you want to post it on the forums so people can hear us talking it and get our views on it, because I know a lot of people would want to hear our views, and it makes like me and you talking and the viewers. It makes perfect sense in my head
really
now.
does.
It really does.
It does.
I think I pinpointed, and for the 10th time, I really do think the loop has ended because the way he talks. The way
like
he talks.
Zombie mentioning that it makes sense. Like the loop ended, like the loop, like because like when you died, that was it. You were dead. Like I think the loop ended. I think you ended everything, and she simply chose to bring it back one more time.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if she's remade the loop because she just wants to be with you, or you're gonna fuck up again. But for whatever reason, I'm pretty sure she goes back to you, but it's unclear when in time she did. I mean, that's for us to speculate, obviously. So it's just one of those fucked up endings.
I'm actually gonna put this into the Bioshock Infinite forums. I'm pretty sure they have a forum, and see what people think about that. I'm gonna split this up. So I know Jay Smokey and Zombie Rave have been in here since day one since I played it. I think you've been in here since day one as well, right? Me playing the game.
No, not day one.
Not day one. I know. Yeah. So Zombie Rave and
I was playing the game too.
So yeah, Zombie Rave and Jay Smokey have been here since day one. Since I've been playing. Tylenol. That's what I'm gonna call you. What's up, sir? So I appreciate you guys watching with me. See how it unfolds. The cinematics of the game were amazing. You know, I was in my seat the whole time. I am not disappointed in this game story at all. Really, just me talking to you guys, me and Pinks talking. This is why I love Bioshock. I love Bioshock. In the first one, Bioshock 1, I would probably be talking about this just as much. Bioshock 2, not so much because it was right there in front of your face. But this Infinite really, really threw, like, it really was a mindfuck. It really was. I'm just blown away by this game. I would give this a 10 out of 10. The story, the gameplay was amazing. Obviously, we don't have double plasmids in here. That's what I call them. You can't combine them. That's perfectly fine. I don't care. I give me one plasmid and a gun and I'll rock it. I just wish they could have threw in some other plasmids in the beginning of the game. Like for instance, what was it? The Spartan shield. That's what I'm gonna call it, because you just it gathers up bullets and then you throw it back at them. That was pretty cool. I love that. I just had a shotgun in one hand or a rocket launcher in the other, and I was just like, and throwing their bullets back at them, and it was just sick. So I'm gonna split this up for everyone. This is gonna be on YouTube. Everything that we talked about on here, I think is right, in my opinion. Me and Pink's talking, you guys talking, I think this is 100% right. I know we were throwing away, we were bouncing everywhere, but I really do think picking the dove on the necklace was ending the loop. It was ending a loop. At the end, they drown you. All of the alternate universes collapse, and Elizabeth is there, and she goes through the door, and she's always talking about the door in the game. She opens it up, and she's a baby, and then you open the door, and you're Elizabeth. Is that you? And I said for the 50th time, it's her. It's you, and the way you speak, way you pronounce it, and the way you say her name, thinking that you remember or that you're starting anew. Zombie has to say. Or not to steal, but somehow do it to own a debt, unless he harnesses the siblings' power to do so. But then, when did the siblings come from in the first place? Yeah, I don't know where the siblings came from. They just boom, they're there. They were just. I know Anna was talking about. They were the when you're going up to Comstock's place. She was it sounds so dirty every time I say it. It's just so wrong. She was talking about they were the first ones to harness was a science. It was I forgot what it was, some microbiology or something to make the cities afloat, and they haven't seen them in 7 years. So that could be the fact that in that world they were dead. He killed them off, or they jumped from Rift, and in real life, it would take just in real life it would have been 7 years, but in the Rift it would have been like a couple of minutes, something like that, and that's why they're jumping from place to place. But yeah, I don't know. Tylenol jumping in. I'm gonna put this on YouTube. Everybody, share this. We really went in depth into this whole Bioshock universe. Share this with people that you're talking about. Bioshock. Put it in the forums. Put it wherever you guys are talking about Bioshock. I'm going to put it in the Hawken forums. I'm going to go put it in the Bioshock forums. I got to split it up. I'm going to make a new playlist just for us talking. And then I made a playlist for Bioshock. 1 through 24 is part 1. And then 24 through, I don't know how long the hell, the other Bioshock is the second part. The game took me about 13 hours, 14 hours, like something like that to beat. It's pretty good. It would have took longer if I took my time, but I didn't want to take my time because I love Bioshock. In the first one, same thing. I was so immersed into the game, I didn't want to stop playing. So that's what I wanted. I'm glad they did that with this. I'm pretty excited for the DLCs. I'm pretty excited because I want to know what they're going to do with those. I think they're going to mind focus even more. Don't you agree, Pink? I really do.
DLCs, they piss me off because they generally don't even add to the story. Like you said, they just throw some other news story in there, like, haha, fuck you, we changed it again. I don't really know. I'm a huge fan of Bioshock. I'm not a huge fan of DLCs, and I generally don't buy them.
Vigors.
Because I don't want the story to change for me.
Hold on. The Vigors, 1 sec. Like Dead Space 2 or Dead Space 3. My brother, when at the ending, I don't know if you played it. This is a little spoiler if you guys are playing Dead Space. But at the end, you blow up the planet and you think everything's done, right? No, you're still alive, and I guess you're going back to Earth, and there's other planets and blah blah blah. It added to the story, and it was more into it. What they could do with this DLCs, they could add something, or they can add a character, playing somewhere in that world, or they can tell the story behind. They can make a DLC of this. Would be pretty sick since they put Rapture in there. They could actually make a storyline of where you are playing through Rapture, and on one end of Rapture, where like glasses, you come into the glass, and on the other side of the glass, or far away, you see a man and a woman, and you're like, well, who are they over there? And then that would be like, oh my gosh, look at that. But yeah, DLCs, they kind of mess with you there. Vigors, siblings did not make the Vigors. That was Flank or whatever. He made all the weapons and everything. If you were in his shop or his industry, you saw like Shock Boys and stuff like that, the bottles. So yeah, the siblings didn't make the Vigors. But Pinks, did you have anything else to say before I end the stream?
No, not really. I mean, I think we got it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we got it too. I will link you guys the YouTube. Everything has been on the YouTube on here. I'm glad I could share Bioshock with you guys. This is a lot more fun than playing it by yourself, because I can get your guys' opinion and you guys can see my crazy reactions, especially when I'm like, oh my gosh, it's plasmids. I was so excited when I saw that. So let me link you the channel. Like I said, guys, we, BSB, my clan, I'm trying to get us sponsored so I can actually do this all the time. I like talking to you guys. I like to interact with the group. I like to talk with everyone. And to get paid doing this stuff would probably be amazing for me. A little bit about myself. I'm the BSB leader, and I wanted to go into producing. I want to be director, and this would just help me a lot. As I've been streaming, this is my first time streaming. And my clan, I just started up like a couple months ago, and I think December, no, somewhere in August. It hasn't been a long time, and it's just been a huge learning experience for me, organizing and stuff like this. But if you guys could share all this, the stream, the YouTube, the Twitter, just